DeForest Buckner can and might be included in a trade package for the first overall pick from the Chicago Bears. Let's face it, Bryce Young is going to be the first quarterback off the board. It's either going to be at 1 or 2. 1, either if a team leapfrogs the Texans or the Texans go there instead. Right? Or no one leapfrogs the Texans. Texans don't move. And the Texans take them at 2. Point being is, the Colts have to be aggressive to go get their guy. To go get that guy. You know, having DeForest Buckner in a trade package definitely hurts. Love Buckner. But at the end of the day, man, you need to go and get that guy. You need to go and get your guy. But if you enjoy Colts football, NFL, all that type of stuff, make sure you like, subscribe, put that post notification bell on, because this is the place for you. I promise you. You get all the latest news, rumors, give you my thoughts, opinions, debates, everything you could ever want football, Colts related. Right here. Don't miss out. So, DeForest Buckner, man, since trading for him back in 2019, we traded a first round pick for him. He's been phenomenal. You can't say anything bad about him. He's had some injuries here and there, and he's had times where he hasn't been great. But at the same time, those are times when he had absolutely no help. Otherwise, if you just look at the stats, if you just look at the impact and watch a little bit of tape, you can see the impact that he makes. When there's no other help, teams double and triple team him. So it explains why it's really difficult for him to do anything when, he kind of goes quiet. But DeForest Buckner, dude, he is just a monster, and he's such a great leader. He has everything you want in a defensive tackle. But let me ask you this question. If you have to pick between having an amazing defensive tackle, does everything very good, he's fast, he's game wrecker, or would you rather go be aggressive and have that chance to get that franchise quarterback, that quarterback that just is a superstar, great quarterback? Now, it's no guarantee that Bryce Young or whoever, let's just say Bryce Young, because that's who we're talking about the Colts trading up for and taking. It's no guarantee, but Bryce Young has all the tools in the world. The size does worry me, but he knows how to not take too many hits, knows how to maneuver a pocket, knows how to get out of the pocket when he needs to. He throws the ball away. Yeah, he's small. And, will his body be able to hold up? That scares me. And that's going to push back a lot of NFL teams. So maybe just because of that, maybe the Texans like Stroud. Just let's say there's a wild scenario out there that they like Stroud more. Or they like Levis. Whatever. Not going to get too in depth about ranking of these quarterbacks, but point is Bryce Young is number 1. And including DeForest Buckner in a trade package with the Chicago Bears could be a big step into the right direction. Drafting Bryce Young could be another big step in the right direction. Bryce Young doesn't have an incredible arm. And, he doesn't have an as amazing supporting cast there in Alabama that Tua had. That I can't even think of who else came out of there right now. Mac Jones. Now, if you ask me, I'm not a big Mac Jones fan at all. I like Tua a bit. I like Tua a lot. He's inconsistent. That's the only issue with Tua. But back to Bryce Young, man. Point is, you have to go get your guy. No excuses. And the trade package could still add another second-round pick. You say the Colts and the Bears swap. Let's look at the Jimmy Johnson trade chart right now. Jimmy Johnson draft chart. So let's see the difference. So I was thinking, maybe a first round, swapping this year, right? And a second for next year. So, number 1, that's 3,000 points. Number 4, that's 1,800 points. So if you go up a second from next year, right? You look in the round 2, maybe we'll have, maybe from a 40, from maybe 33 to to 47. You know, I don't think we're gonna be the worst team. Definitely a possibility with the way this franchise is going. But if you have a pick, you know, early to mid second round, that's gonna add almost 600 or just below 500. So that brings you to what you're at 1,800 at 4, 500. That brings you to 2,300. Still got 700 points. 700 points away. So the Bears aren't gonna be satisfied with that. Buckner can absolutely add to that, and then maybe you still have to add on a third round pick. You may have to do that to go from 4 to 1. It's a big leap. It may just be moving up 2 to 1, 3 spots. That's expensive. Just because the Bears aren't in at a quarterback doesn't mean they're going to sell themselves short of number 1 overall pick value. There's a chance the Bears stay there and they take Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. But if you ask me, if they trade back with the Colts, Texans are going to take a quarterback, and it's very likely maybe a team trades up with the Cardinals, gets a quarterback. So the first 3 picks there could be quarterbacks, and then both of those guys could be on the board. Or if one's taken off the board, that makes it an even easier decision on the Bears. Imagine trading for Deforest Buckner, then having Will Anderson on the edge, or even Jalen Carter on the inside with him. Oh, I'm sorry, that'd be scary. But I think they would take Will Anderson over Buckner because Buckner can go all over the place. Edge, some 3-tech. Carter could do the same, but Will Anderson is a better, more true edge rusher than Carter, in my opinion. So, Buckner may need to be included in a package to get to the number 1 overall pick. And you know what? I love Buckner, man. I love him. He's amazing. Stewart has been phenomenal in this. I just pay him more money. Pay Stewart more money. He's been absolutely phenomenal. Draft a guy in middle of the draft, or even just sign a guy. Let's look at Spot Check real quick. Let's see who's on the. I should have had all this ready, but I'm just thinking of all this other stuff now. Let's look at some of the defensive tackles that maybe hit in the free agent market. Yeah, nothing's low right now, so that's not gonna happen. But I could always make a separate video. But you get my point. It's gonna be a high price tag and a high risk. But when it comes to getting the franchise guy, the quarterback that's going to lead your team for the next 10 to 15 years, the price tag, there's going to be a premium type price tag. It's going to be very high, very expensive. And the Colts need to go and be aggressive now. And Chris Ballard, as he said, he's going to. And Chris Ballard is a very transparent GM. Few things to keep behind the curtains, but that's normal for some things to be kept behind. Do you think the Colts should trade Deforest Buckner, should include Deforest Buckner in a trade package with the Chicago Bears? Do you think they should just trade him in general and get more draft capital? Give me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out some others. Talked about some of the options in the draft. Maybe if the Colts don't trade up, maybe if they stay where they're at. That's another video I made. Or they trade down. I talked about scenarios in which quarterbacks they get taken the first, or maybe early second. Comes out of that, we're really gonna be pissed if it comes out to late first. Maybe to like the second round. All depends. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, put that post notification bell on. This is JDW Sports Talk Show, signing off.